dry this morning as people head into work.
Yeah, the commute looks good, and even later on this evening, our rain chance only between 20 and 30%. We had some pretty good thunderstorms roll through town last night, a little later than what is typical here across southwest Florida, as what sea breeze front developed was right along the coast. And we saw some pretty good lightning at times with these cells before they moved out over the Gulf. And this morning, we're seeing some wet weather down in the Florida Keys from Marathon towards Big Pine Key. But as far as Cape Coral all the way to Cape Hayes through Naples, things are pretty quiet. A couple of small showers trying to develop out along State Road 29 and right along Alligator Alley here, as we've got this one little shower right at the county line between Broward and Collier. And this one will cause some wet roadways there on the alley if you're heading eastbound this morning. 78 degrees out at the airport. Dew point is 76 degrees. Our sunrise time coming up at 7:11. And as we go throughout the day, that east to northeast breeze will be with us for a while, and that's going to push our temperatures up to 94 degrees. We hit 95 yesterday before those showers and thunderstorms allowed us to cool off. And today our flow is more out of the east and eventually a little more northeast this afternoon. And the predictor model showing how quiet we're going to be as we roll throughout this morning. Not much happening, and then just a scattering of showers trying to develop on this breeze. And what's happening is the wind will be strong enough that when the sea breeze develops, it's going to be right along the coastline, and then that rain is going to push in the Gulf away from the areas along our coastline. And tomorrow, a little bit more moisture will bump the rain chance up to about 30%, but then come some changes, and it has to do with the tropics. As today is the peak of hurricane season, we have one tropical storm we're tracking, and that is Gabrielle. This one is moving way off in the north and Atlantic, and it does not pose a threat to land. We are tracking an area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. I'm not worried about this one developing into a tropical storm as it gets close to Florida, but it is going to put enough moisture in place, and it's going to lock it here south of a cold front in about 5 days, and that's going to be the culprit for why our rain chance shoots up here from Friday into the upcoming weekend. Elsewhere in the tropics, this area low pressure with a tropical wave has a 30% chance of developing over the next 5 days. But looking out, I'm anticipating this to become the next named storm here as it gets closer to the Windward Islands, and then off the coast of Africa, yet another one is continuing to move across the Atlantic. This one has a 20% chance over the next 5 days. So 'tis the season in the tropics. On the 7-day forecast, we'll keep the rain chance fairly low here through midweek, and then here comes the thunderstorms back in the forecast, all thanks to that tropical moisture, and that happens Friday all the way through Monday.